What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, as well as go into our Cash App. You know what I'm saying? $ BJ Matthews or our PayPal at Broderick Masters. You know what I'm saying? I got that right there underneath on the video, the screen right there. Y'all can see right there in the ticker. I will also put the pin link into the chat box as well. So y'all can go and click the link. It'll be a lot more easy for y'all if y'all choose to send y'all love, donations, whatever to the podcast. I greatly appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? All the people that continue to support the podcast, I'm forever grateful. We do this for y'all, man. We make sure we give y'all updated, you know what I'm saying? Um, updated, you know what I'm saying? News every single day. And just get it popping. All right, so before we get started, again, this is not a live video. I know I keep saying that it's like the third day I've said it, but this is not a live video. I have to say it like that because I know a lot of people are expecting me to be live. This is actually a pre-recorded video. Once again, I'm telling y'all, all the videos that are done during the day are most likely going to be pre-recorded. I will be going live tonight because I did not go live last night. I will be going live tonight to talk about just this, but also the Suns and Nuggets as well. And the Sixers and Celtics play as well tonight. So, yeah, there it is. But let's get into it, man. Lakers and Warriors last night, a very, very high impacted game between the two. And from what we've seen, um, it really, really did not disappoint when you talk about the atmosphere, the energy, the environment of the game, man. It was just, great atmosphere, from watching it from the TV. And I'm pretty sure people were at the game, it was just, definitely unreal. But let's get into it, man. The Lakers prevailed 117 to 112 last night. Um, if I look at the team stats, let me go up these team stats for y'all real quick. 1 second. All right, so the team stats right here, man. Uh, if you look at the team stats, I like to look at the stats of the teams to kind of compare and contrast before I go into like the individual stats. Because I kind of get a good glimpse of how the game went. Um, so the Lakers shot better from the field than the Warriors, 46 to 40%. They did not shoot good from the three. They shot 24% to the Warriors 39. Uh, the Lakers shot 86% from the line to 83% for the Warriors. Now, this is something that a lot of people are talking about, especially Warrior fans. That was a problem. But I'm gonna get into my opinion about it in a minute. Um, the Lakers got four more rebounds than the Warriors. Um, I also look at the blocks, man. Like the blocks, the interior blocks. Most of those were between AD, LeBron, and Jared Vanderbilt. Those were all those blocks came from. Um, Turnovers. Warriors had three more turnovers or actually they had the same amount of turnovers. And the points in the paint went to the Lakers. Of course, AD that's pretty much AD right there. A little bit of LeBron, but more so just AD. And then the fouls called. There was 12 fouls called on the Lakers to 24 on the Warriors. So again, it goes back to the free throws. Now, where should I start? Now, like I originally said, man, I said I got the Warriors in 5 or 6 games. I had a person, hit me up. You got, Laker buddies, Laker friends, hit me up saying the Lakers are, sweep the team, sweep the Warriors, and they got the upper hand, all this stuff, man. So I'm gonna go with this basically. No, I'm not taking off my pick. No, I'm not. Um, I guess you could say, surprised, or I guess you say worried. First of all, I'm not a Warriors fan. I'm a Clipper fan, as y'all already know. But I picked the Warriors for good reason. I'm gonna explain to y'all. In very good detail. And if you're an honest basketball fan yourself, you actually understand what I'm saying about this. But that's up to you guys. Now, the Warriors and the Lakers. The Lakers won by 5 points. Let me go into some of the strengths. I liked what the Lakers did. Like I said, going into the series, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people said the same thing. The Lakers' advantage is inside with Anthony Davis, right? The advantage of the Lakers was inside by Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis had 30 points. Let me make sure I put this out here so I get this correct. Um, let me see if I could. Yeah, the man had 30 points, 32 points, and 23 rebounds. 32 points and 23 rebounds. And also, let me just go up and pull up these individual stats right here. He had 30 points and 23 rebounds. So that's a dominant 30-20 game. He shot 11 for 19 from the field, threes. That's okay. Um, he had 5 assists. That was, pretty impressive. 5 assists to go with the 30 points and 23 rebounds. So obviously, AD was the best player on the floor last night. He went 7 for 8, I believe, in the first quarter or the first half. Um, I gotta give the Lakers a lot of credit because the Warriors jumped out on them. They jumped out on 2-10 to start the game. And easily, they could have just panicked right there, and then the Warriors could have blew them out. But they continue to stay aggressive, going to the post. With AD and LeBron, and guys like D'Lo, D'Angelo Russell was getting into the basket. Dennis Schroeder was getting to the basket. Um, those guys are making things happen. So that was something that they did. They stuck to the game plan. They were able to hold off until the very end, right? So again, AD was the best player on the floor, but they had some contributions last night. Again, LeBron James, he had 22 points. Now, his points really were not that impactful other than like the first half. A lot of his shots, he had bad shot selection, especially in that fourth quarter. As a matter of fact, he almost shot the team out of the game yesterday, especially down the stretch of that game. They could have easily lost. They could have easily lost because of LeBron James' poor shot selection. He shot 1 for 8 from the three, 9 for 24 from the field. That's not good. As I told one of my friends who's a diehard LeBron fan, I said, listen, if you guys try to make LeBron James as the first option, y'all going to lose this series in 5 games because that's a bad idea. LeBron James going to start trying to play like he's playing like he's with the Warriors. Like I said, the trap they put teams in is they make you believe you got to shoot outside threes to be able to compete with them instead of actually sticking with the game plan, which is going inside, stick to their strengths. So when they started going away from that with LeBron, that's when you saw that 14-0 run down the stretch of that game the Warriors made. There was points in the game where the Lakers, LeBron was on the bench, and they were actually still leading the game. They were still winning. So that just goes to tell me that the 3-point shot, if they continuously try to shoot the Warriors, they're going to get blown out. But I give them credit for definitely sticking to the game plan for the most part for pretty much the first 3 quarters of that game. Other guys, D'Angelo Russell was very, very pivotal in this game. Um, he had, 19 points last night, very impactful points. He had 6 assists. He was, fighting his way, making very, very timely shots, cutting the momentum of the Golden State Warriors. As I told y'all before, to beat the Warriors, you got to be able to cut. You have to have a guy or guys to pretty much cut their momentum off, meaning they have to make shots when the Warriors are hitting threes. You're constantly, continuously keeping up with their pace. By Russell was one of the guys to do that yesterday. He got into the teeth of the defense. He was able to set up guys, for good shots. He was finding, cutters and things of that nature. And he didn't play out of control. One of the things about D'Angelo Russell I do like, he does not play out of control. He's been very, very potent since Game 6 of the Memphis series. He's been very, very good. So he's had 2 straight games in a row that he's been very, very solid. And then you got Schroeder, who came off the bench, gave him some good minutes. Had the responsibility of Steph Curry, along with Austin Reeves, had the responsibility of Klay Thompson. So very scrappy guards. I told y'all before, Reeves is not going to be somebody that's going to be scoring a lot of points because he's going to have to deal with so much off-ball movement with Klay Thompson. So the reason why the Lakers came out victorious in this game because the role players such as Russell, Reeves, and Schroeder helped out on the offensive and defensive end, and Jared Vanderbilt gave you some good minutes. Now, they eventually took him out of the fourth quarter because he couldn't score the ball. That's going to be the tricky thing with this series. As I've told y'all before, it's going to come down to which team is going to try to copy the other team's playing style. And I said to y'all, I said the Lakers are going to be trying to play like the Warriors. They're going to have to try to score with them to beat them. The Warriors they're not going to give up their playing style to play like the Lakers. They're going to continuously play like the Warriors, which is ball movement, 3-point shooting, backdoor cutting. They're not going to get away from that. They won 4 championships with that. So at some point, the Lakers are going to have to start hitting threes down the stretch. I'm also looking at something with the Lakers that I don't know if people are paying attention to, but their top two guys, um, Davis and LeBron, played over 40 minutes. Now we just seen Chris Paul get hurt with his groin. I told y'all with this Sun series, with Chris Paul and Devin Booker and KD playing all those minutes, it's going to catch up to them. Well, now Chris Paul's out for games 3 to 5, and he'll be reevaluated next week. Chris Paul's 38, LeBron's 38, Anthony Davis is 30 years old, but he's been injury prone. So they came off a series against Memphis, which was relatively, not that bad because they didn't have to really deal with no size inside. It wasn't as grueling. This series is going to be a track meet. So I'm not saying that I hope they don't get hurt. They don't get hurt, but it's a good chance they keep playing those high minutes like that. Then it's gonna pretty much tell down the stretch of the series. Guys are gonna get tired. Guys are gonna have heavy legs. And oh, by the way, they're playing every other day, right? But the credit to Lakers I give to them, they stuck with the game plan. They allowed AD to do what he had to do. LeBron James did not really start getting out of control shooting the ball until like the fourth quarter. And again, I guess that's because the Warriors were starting to get hot. Um, but it is what it is, and the Lakers got the win. Now let's go to the Warriors side. Let's go to the Warriors side. What I seen with the Warriors is a couple things. Well, first of all, I want to talk about the free throws. A lot of people are talking about how much free throws the Lakers shot, and they shot. I think I'm gonna go back to the stats. They shot 29 free throws to the Warriors 6. Now that's a lot. That's a big free throw differential. I wouldn't say that the Lakers were handed free throws. I'm saying they earned the free throws they got because they were attacking the rim. Now the Warriors shoot a lot of 3-point shots, so it's hard for a ref to be nice to you with the whistle if you're not making any real reason to give them the whistle. You get fouls usually when you go into the basket. So I don't think because of the Warriors playing style, they're not really looking to shoot a lot of 3-point shots. But then I'll tell Warrior fans this: the fact that they shot that many free throws, only won by 5 points. If I'm a Warriors player, I'm not even looking at like they beat us. I'm looking at like they they got a good opportunity to really, what I'm saying, impose their will in the next game. Because the Lakers can only play one way, and that's attacking the basket. They're not going to be a great 3-point shooting team. Not at least not to the Warriors level. So they're going to do this pretty much the entire series of trying to pound that ball into that basket. But the Warriors look at their games like some from their top guys. Steph Curry had 27 points, and he shot 10 for 24 from the field, and he shot 6 for 12 from the three. So he shot 50% from the 6 for 13 from the three. So he shot under 50%, which is not bad. Not Steph Curry standards, but that's pretty average, league average. He shot 10 for 24 from the field, which is not 50%. That's not good. And then you look at Klay Thompson, he shot 9 for 25 from the field. He shot 6 for 16 from the three. That is not good. They both had over 25 points, but that is not good. Right? So I expect them in games two to, I expect those two to go off in game 2 and games 3. They're going to have a very, very efficient high shooting night, especially at home. So I expect them to, turn it up in the next game. Then you look at a guy like, Andrew Wiggins, who I think is going to be an X factor in this series because Wiggins is the guy. It looks like LeBron's the one that's dealing with Wiggins, or he's dealing with Draymond, but Wiggins is guarding LeBron. I noticed something last night with Wiggins guarding LeBron. LeBron's really not getting past him. He's trying to post him up in the post and try to score him. But Wiggins, with his athleticism, with his length, gives LeBron problems, and that's why I think that LeBron's guarding Draymond Green because he's not as much of an offensive threat as Andrew Wiggins, which is smart by Darvin Ham to put him on Draymond Green. But Wiggins is going to have to start getting busy. I think he's going to have to start getting like more 15 or 20 points. I think he was solid last night. Missed some threes, but other than that, he was pretty solid. Um, I also want to talk about Kevon Looney, man. Kevon Looney had 23 rebounds last night. If y'all coming in here, just make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the share, hit the subscribe. And Cash App, $ BJ Matthews, PayPal, Project Masters as well. Appreciate all the love and support. Um, a lot of people talk about the Warriors are going to get out rebounded. And last night, while the Lakers did have 53 rebounds to 49 to the Warriors had 14 offensive rebounds to the Lakers 13. I don't think the Lakers are going to just bully the Warriors on the boards. I don't see that happening. I think Kevon Looney is going to edge out Anthony Davis on these rebounds. Because remember, he just had a 20-point, 20 rebound game against the Kings. And I've seen Kevon Looney do that many a times, having a lot of rebounds, like big rebounding numbers. He's a good, when it comes to rebounding, it's about positioning yourself in will. Anthony Davis, yes, is more talented than Kevon Looney. That is no doubt. But what I know is with Looney, he does very well. He's able to position himself very good for rebounds, and he has a lot of will and a lot of heart. I think I heard Kevin Garnett say this on his podcast. He said that Kevon Looney, is all balls. Like he's all about heart, all about will. He's gonna get the ball. I don't care who you are. And I've seen that by watching Kevon Looney. He had 23 rebounds, the same amount as Anthony Davis yesterday, and he only played 29 minutes to Anthony Davis's 44. And also look at this with the Golden State Warriors. This is why I tell people when people keep saying the Lakers have the more better team from top to bottom. So why is it that the Lakers have their star players and everybody else playing so many more minutes? Austin Reeves playing 39 minutes, LeBron playing 40 minutes, Anthony Davis playing 44 minutes. If you guys really had all this depth, then you guys would have to rely on you guys don't have as many options on the bench. So how could they top to bottom be better than the Warriors when the Warriors have more versatility when it comes to spreading the minutes around? That tells me that Steve Kerr trusts his bench more than what Darvin Ham trusts his bench more. See, people just be saying whatever to try to fit their narrative. I don't have a dog in the race. All I do is just try to evaluate the game by what I see and how I look at the teams. There's no way you can say the Lakers have a better team from top to bottom when you got guys. No one on the Warriors had 40 minutes last night, and this has pretty much been their season. Most of those guys play um, around the minutes they got tonight, right, or last night. So I just want to put that out there. Also, something I wanted to bring up. You know, for the Lakers defense that people talk about, which is very, very solid. I think they're ranked one of the top defenses this season after the All-Star break. The thing that I have to, point out is watching last night shows me that the defense that the Lakers have is more so in the interior, like meaning, AD, Jared Vanderbilt. Um, you could even say LeBron here and there. Well, not great, but I'm talking about block shots and him just being his size, just imposing his, like being just 6'9" and being 260, 270. Like he's bigger than pretty much everybody on the Warriors outside of Kevon Looney. So they have that going for them. So I don't think that I think that the defense is more so that the Lakers fans are talking about is more in the interior. It's not on the perimeter. I told them like people that they're not going to be able to keep up the Warriors guards. Like I heard some person on the show said they only got Steph Curry. No, they got more than Steph Curry on that perimeter. Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, every time they play the Lakers, seems to explode against them. Now Klay Thompson shot some bad shots yesterday, but I also saw him get hot in the first half. He went through a stretch where I think he missed like 12 shots, and I think one thing about Klay is he's very confident. No matter how many shots he misses, he's gonna keep shooting, and because of his ability to move without the ball, it's not going to take much for him to get hot. You don't really have to even put the ball on the floor much, other than to shoot that little one-legged jump shot or one-legged shot in the key. He's really catching and shooting pretty much. That's all he's pretty much doing. So that and the fact that Jordan Poole, they can't do nothing with Jordan Poole either. People are getting on Jordan Poole for that shot he took. This is how I feel. Without Jordan Poole last night, the Warriors wouldn't even have a chance to win that game because, again, like I told y'all, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson went through droughts in that game. So Jordan Poole, when he got into the game, they don't have nobody to stay in front of him. Austin Reeves can't stay in front of him. D'Angelo Russell can't stay in front of him. Dennis Schroeder can't stay in front of him. Like, no one can deal with Jordan Poole. Like, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers, slickest ball handlers in the league. So there's two Splash brothers, and then you got a third guy in Jordan Poole who can go off at any point and get him in time. And also they're being in condition the way they are in condition. At some point, the Lakers are going to get tired of chasing them off them screens and all that ball movement. Like, trust me, y'all, I played against teams who played just like the Warriors. A lot of ball movement and a lot of 3-point shooting and backdoor cutting. And they frustrate the hell out you because it's like you can't outrun the ball. You can only be so fast. LeBron, Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves can only run some. They can't outrun the ball. So if the ball is uh, pitching, hitting all different spots, it's only so much you can do in a 7-game series. I'm telling you, there's going to be games in this series where the ball moves is going to be too much for the Lakers to handle. Right? So that's why you play 7-game series. After watching last night, like I said, the Lakers did what they need to do to get the win. They pounded the post. They didn't get away from the game plan. They actually played it with a lot of grit, and they attacked the basket, and their role players came to play. So that's what I would say what the Lakers did last night. But like I said, when it comes to 7-game series and what I've seen last night, if I'm a Warriors fan, I'm not really looking at like, yo, this is so bad the Lakers beat us. I'm looking at like, yo, if we play like how we played them last 4 minutes throughout the entire game, then we will blow this team out. So I think the inside presence of Anthony Davis was a lot for them to handle, and I also think that the the um, the ability for the Lakers to, you know what I'm saying, kind of, bully the Warriors in that first half, kind of, I wouldn't say overwhelmed them, but I would say like it kind of, put them in a position where, like, okay, we're in a ball game right now. So, people saying the Warriors, like telling me, oh, the Warriors, yeah, they're in trouble. And I'm like, bro, are you serious? The Warriors are in trouble after just that performance. Like, if the Lakers would have blew them out by like 15, 20 points, I still would have said the Warriors, would be okay. They'll be fine because it's the first game. But I'll be looking at, okay, if I'm the coaching staff, I'll be looking at, okay, well, how can we stop this bleeding? Because there was a stretch during that game in the fourth where they went away. They went away from their man and went zone, and that's where the Lakers started shooting threes and they started clanking. Austin Reeves, LeBron, I think AD had a three he missed. So they're they're not. That's pretty much telling me that they will live with the Lakers shooting them shots. And I told you at some point, somebody's going to have to um, change their playing style for the other team. And I think it's going to be the Lakers trying to be like the Warriors because the Warriors are better at what they do than what the Lakers do, better at what they do. And also, threes are worth more than two. So while you making 2-point shots, the Warriors are making 3-point shots. Even when one thing I know is about the Warriors too, about those three. I'm talking about Curry, Thompson, and Poole. Is if you can have one of those guys be off, like have an off shooting night like last night with Klay Thompson. You can have a second guy being off with Curry, but then you'll have a third guy who's always on, Jordan Poole, picking up the slack. So if Jordan Poole and Steph is struggling, that means Klay is killing. If Klay and Steph is struggling, that means Jordan Poole is killing. If Jordan Poole and Klay is struggling, that means Steph is killing. So every game, you're going to have to deal with one of those guys going off with a great performance. So it's not going to take much for the Warriors to have to, um, win a game because they're going to always have one of their splash brothers. And now the third one, that's going to always pick up the slack for somebody else. That's just how the Warriors are. And also, you mix in with their gameplay and their gaming style, they're never going to get into a position where it's going to be too late or it's going to be too much. That's why they came back the way they did in that game last night, right? So I'll say this, man. Um, Going into game two, I expect the Warriors to jump out on the Lakers, and I expect it to be more of a one-sided victory on Thursday. And then based off of that, I will see what games three look like because one thing I noticed about the Warriors too, they seem to always put themselves in situations where they have to, get hit in the face or, slapped in the face to, wake up. They did against the Kings. They lost in game six, and then here comes Steph Curry with that 50 game point performance, which, by the way, people ain't looking at this too. Now, the Lakers have had, 2 days of rest against a Memphis team that was not as competitive. Vice versa, a Warriors team who just faced the Sacramento Kings, who was more ultra competitive and was at full strength and a track meet, that factors in as well. I think, also we got to pay attention to that. They went through a grueling 7 game series. So now that they're going to have a chance to, recuperate today and then have a game tomorrow, I expect them to be at home. I expect them to be firing all cylinders. So, no, I'm not getting off my pick. No, I'm not saying the Lakers, are going to win this series hands down. Like, no, I'm not saying on that idiotic stuff because I know basketball too well. I had some person, hit me up this morning talking about, oh, it's not too late to, recant your pick. I ain't recanting my pick. First of all, I don't take back what I say anyway. But, I don't think that this series is even in jeopardy, not even a little bit for the Warriors, not even a little bit. And you got to look at, and like I said, I'm going through both sides. I'm not just looking at one side. I said the way the Lakers can only win is if AD is the first option. Anthony Davis is not going to continue that for the entire series. There's going to be one, maybe 2 games where Anthony Davis is just looking like he is not all the way there. I think game two is going to be probably that game, and possibly one of them games in LA, games 3 or 4. He's going to have one of those games where he's gonna be looking like, what the hell happened to AD. But that's going to make have to have the role players pick up the slack. D'Lo, Schroeder, Reeves is going to have a very, very solid game. Now, I don't see Reeves having really a solid offense again because he got to deal with Klay Thompson. I see a guy like maybe D'Lo, because remember D'Lo used to play with the Warriors, and D'Lo understands pace, he understands timing, he understands how to run the offense. So I think the fact that he don't really have to deal with Steph or Klay is going to be he's going to be the one picking up the slack. D'Lo had, I believe, um, he had 19 points the other night, so he did what he's supposed to do. And um, yeah, Reeves is up on Klay Thompson, and then you got Schroeder dealing with Steph, and Jared Vanderbilt dealing with Steph. He's gonna have the most energy. But yeah, I'll be going live tonight, and I want y'all all to be in attendance after the games. We will talk about in detail what happened, and until next time, we respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, but live. Peace out of here like swimwear.